Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all. Welcome you all on this International MSME Day. We have with us Mr. Rakesh Parmar. He's head of finance from Neon Laboratories. We also have with us Mr. Ajay Thakur. He's head BSE in the SME. He's the man basically behind, as you see, a lot of SMEs getting listed in the stock exchange. Today is a great day for all of us, and this is the 5th anniversary of International MSME Day, which was started by United Nations. Just to give you a brief, today MSME accounts for about 90% of the enterprises in India. Today it contributes about 45% of the Indian exports, and roughly it's around 38% of the country's GWP, and roughly around 100 million people are employed out here. This is a great sector which is coming up. It also has a lot of socio-economic objective. For example, it provides a huge amount of employment. It's high growth of output, export promotions, enabling entrepreneurial spirits. These are something real great things which the MSME and the SME sectors is coming up. And even our government is supporting these initiatives a big time in terms of Startup India, Skill India, Make in India, all these opportunities out there. So today we are going to discuss in terms of SME as a segments, or SME and MSME as a segments. What are the opportunities out there? How we can help them to grow? And from ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company, of course, we'll talk about in terms of how ICICI Lombard can be a partner in terms of the risk coverage out there. So Ajay, the first question to you in terms of, can you just share a brief insights of the SME sector?
Thanks for inviting me for this event. I think MSMEs are the backbone of an economy in any country. And because of their importance, today we are celebrating Global MSME Day. And it is therefore very much essential and important for all the stakeholders to ensure a healthy and sustainable growth of micro, small and medium enterprises. I think if India has to grow in double digit, then the well-being of micro, small and medium enterprises are very much required. And I think now a lot of association, ICICI Lombard, for example, today, or for that matter, BSE has today celebrated Global MSME Day. And we are inviting all the experts to ensure that they properly guide the macro, small and medium enterprises, so that the macro enterprises can grow to a small level, and a small level should go to the medium level. And after that, they should become large corporate, especially in the country like India, where we have to give employment to almost 5 crore people every year. And we have got, demographic dividend, but it should be a boon for us rather than it becoming a curse. And therefore, macro, small and medium enterprises, which gives a lot of employment, we have to ensure that they should grow in a healthy manner.
Great, Ajay. Thanks, Ajay. Rakesh, what's your thought in terms of how are SMEs helping in the growth story of India?
So, thing is that being our present Prime Minister, first of all, I thank to invite me on that. When our Prime Minister declared Atmanirbhar Bharat, how a country can become Atmanirbhar? If a giants are only making the India growing, it cannot make Atmanirbhar. A small sectors, micros, medium and small enterprises should come into the play of role, and then only it can come to that each and nooks and corner the production should be there, services should be there, so that employment generation can be done, productions can be done to the ground level. As a country, we have a population which is second largest in the world. So for them, the employment is the major thing, and MSME only can create a major employment in everywhere. If a large unit is there, it will be concentrated to some area only. But MSME can contribute it to each and nooks and corner. That's my perception.
Great, Rakesh. Great concept of Atmanirbhar. I'll just a little bit go deep into that. In terms of Atmanirbhar, how does SME manage or MSME manage his Atmanirbhar in growth along with its risk? Because he also, when he grows, he also carries risk around that. How he manages that? What's your thought around that?
There are many things in it. If there are many startups are coming up, if startups are coming up, the startups are promoted under MSME. If a person is main thing is that which Atmanirbhar is given, that can be self-employed. If a person becomes a self-employed, he doesn't, he becomes a self-employed, he makes others employed, he generates the employment under him. That makes that the person is known. And if in a rural place of some engineer is there, if that engineer sees that I want to be an employee of an organization, his education will be limited to that only. But if he thinks that I will set up a small unit over here, he himself will become an entrepreneur and he will generate the employment in his surrounding. So that will make its Atmanirbhar, things will better, and this will grow in clusters and clusters. It will go inside the theme. If a person thinks that I am an engineer, I'll go to a TCS or somewhere, he will be restricted to there. But now a self-employment will be generated in there.
Great, Rakesh. I mean, just to help even the SMEs and MSMEs in terms of managing their risk, ICICI Lombard is the first organization or insurance company in this country which have created a digital platform called sme.icicilombard.com, wherein they can go and cover their risk and buy any of the coverages what they want from the business point of view. So both in terms of growth as well as in terms of the risk management, we always play a role in terms of a partner. I mean, how we can help our SMEs in terms of growing their businesses out there. Ajay, in terms, how is technology and innovation helping value creation in Indian SMEs or MSMEs? Any thoughts around that?
I think digitization and automation, these are the two very important pillars for the growth of small, medium enterprises or for any other enterprises. I think COVID-19 has taught us to implement digitization at the earliest. Okay, if you can't bring the digitization in the company, then with cutthroat competition you can't survive. So I think digitization as well as automation has to be given a lot of importance in each and every enterprise, irrespective of whether it's macro, small or medium enterprise. At the same time, I think we need to inculcate a lot of awareness among macro, small and medium enterprises that today digitization or automation has become very cost effective. Okay, it's no longer a very costly business. There are a lot of agencies are there who are providing digitization to the macro, small and medium enterprises in a very cost effective manner. At the same time, government has also taken a lot of initiative towards the digitization. Not only that, even there are some funds available or which has been created by the government whereby your digitization costs are being taken care of. So I think macro, small and medium enterprises have to see and ensure that immediately they should take the help of digitization for their future growth. Only then their survival will be possible. Otherwise, I think the survival will become very, very tough.
Well said, Ajay. We could also see, a lot of digitization, in terms of automations happening in SMEs and their openness to digitization out there. From a physical processes to a digital processes, the openness is there in terms of digital payments. Even also, we are seeing a lot of growth around happening out there. And that's the key in terms of scalability of SMEs that we have seen, because the biggest challenge of SMEs in terms of scaling up different stages of the evolution of the lifespan of the SMEs. And these are big tools in terms of helping them to grow in the numbers and grow in the business.
Not only that, even digital payment systems are in place. Okay, yeah. Today there are so many e-commerce platforms through which many of these companies can sell their products. So I think as a country also we are moving towards digitization and automation, and I think every small and medium enterprise should start imbibing digitization.
And what are the key challenges you are seeing from the SME sector point of view?
I think it's the lack of awareness. That's more. I think, today we are talking, sitting in Mumbai or some other Tier 1 city. Again, Tier 1 cities, there are many agencies which are creating awareness. But let me tell you, there is a big set of macro, small and medium enterprises, which jokingly we can say in Bharat, that is Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, where we need to create a lot of awareness. I have been traveling across the country throughout the various cities, and still I am seeing there is a lack of awareness in the Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, where still people have or the entrepreneurs have not digitized their systems. So I think that we need to ensure that those people should also be brought into the fold, and a lot of work should be done in those areas.
Rakesh, what's your thoughts in terms of key challenges for the SME sector?
Key challenges in that awareness. Basically, what is happening? Yes, when I say Atmanirbhar is there, it is going not in the rural areas. It is not only urban areas only. It is going rural areas also. But the awareness of digitization, which Mr. Thakur also told, that awareness should come to that level, and they should feel that it is secure. Basically, when a new technology comes, the person is very much hesitant to adopt it. So he should be aware that, yes, I should adopt it, and he should feel that it is secured. Government of India is taking many initiatives, many programs are being carried out. So when the awareness will come and the safety and security features will be aware to them, so digitization platform will be generated. Not only in financial sectors, in marketing sectors also digitization has came to a lot way. But many things think that if a product is being sold on digital platform, the person thinks that yes, I will get that product properly or not. So the awareness, the brand, the mobilization will take some time, but it has its own hurdle. But everyone has to be rest assured that time tested, everything will go on run at some time.
So one thing, Mr. Mohanty, I would like to add is this: digitization is not a one-time process. Okay, not that every second day we are seeing some or other new innovation happening. So we need to, the promoters of these small medium enterprises have to be alert. Number two, we are still seeing a lack of skills, especially in the tier 2, tier 3 cities. So we need to bring a lot of skilled manpower into the system. Okay, we can't go along with semi-skilled or unskilled people in the country. So, for example, this is a very big gap that what we are seeing, that skilled people are still not in tier 2, tier 3 cities. So, how they will adopt digitization? That is a big issue. So, we need to develop these skill sets among those employees which are working in this, macro, small and medium enterprises, and improve their skill set so that they keep on adopting this technology.
Great in terms of hearing, in terms of digitizations, automation, and unavailability of the skill state in the different nook and corner of the countries, and of course awareness is a big challenge from the SME point of view. Sticking to the point of awareness, we also have seen a lot of SMEs, MSMEs today are uninsured across the country. If you see, I mean, many of them have not taken insurance or basically the risk coverage. In their journey of growth, I mean, somehow or other they're missing in terms of how do they cover the risk, which can actually derail their business models. What's the thought process in terms of Mr. Rakesh, in terms of how do we create awareness around SMEs on those lines?
See, basically, first of all, every individual has to see that yes, whatever he has, whatever he is running, he should have a second lining that he should insure himself. If that awareness it is in the self, then it can come to the insurance companies may do the propaganda, but if the owner, if he himself think that yes, if he wants to insure himself or not, that awareness has to be brought himself. Yes, many ads are coming in it that now you can insure anything and anywhere. You can insure anything. So if that is there, and if a person is having majorly it was earlier, it was that how to reach to an insurance company, that was a problem at earlier times. But now being a digital platform, it has become that you can buy from your mobile phone also. Your insurance policy can be going online. You can purchase for any vehicle or anything, any assets. If you want to purchase, you can do it on. When the purchase, it has happened also that if you go to a store also, or there also you can purchase on, while purchasing that asset only, you get the insurance policy attached to it. So basically, insurance companies, but everyone should know that yes, whatever I am having, I can be insured. If a person is having a car and costlier than it, then it goes to the factory. In factory also, many are not knowing what level and what things I should insure and what clauses should be insured. person should think that, yes, I want to insure my any risk at every level. If that awareness comes on the self, then it can be insured at the level.
Great, Rakesh. In terms of helping customers, MSMEs and SMEs across the country to self-insure themselves, we have created this platform itself, which is a very easy tool. I mean, sme.iciclombard.com, wherein the customers or the SMEs can go and buy simple insurance products from that side. What we have realized is, when a startups happen or MSME or SME starts, maybe initially they are not risk aware. Or they're not risk averse, but they're not risk aware. I mean, with businesses growing, with employees getting added, we have seen that adoption of buying insurance has started seeing adoptions around that. And I'm sure eventually it will grow faster out there. What's the thought process, Rakesh, in terms of, we have seen even for employees? I mean, today startups would have averaged 20-30 employees and their families associated, and they're a critical mass for their organization. For the organization growth, these are critical employees which works day in, day out for them. And we have seen even some of these SMEs have not even taken group health insurance for the employees. Do you foresee there's a big opportunity in terms of, or do you foresee that
nowadays it is there, HR keeps in its policy, and when he is being appointed or when the interview is taken, the person asks, what all benefits I get from the employer? So if an employer is having some type of term policy or group medical policy or group personal accident policy on its roll, then that is attracting an employee to join the organization, because nowadays it is seen that only not a CTC which he is getting is not enough for him. He thinks that what is securing myself if something uneventually happens to me. So that awareness has already came into the employees who are going for a search of job. And one of the question is raised by an employee who is candidate is raised to the HR. What is the facilities you are giving in type of insurance? So every organization should at least do one thing. Medical GTA should be covered, because it's a manufacturing unit or it's a service industry. A person is moving from one place to another. Accident may have occurred. So at least if some sort of group personal accident policy is taken by each and every person, which is to some extent mandatory to the manufacturing unit by the government of India also. But that awareness was not there. Now employees are getting aware and they ask for that also. And insurance companies do come with innovative ideas in the group personal accident policy, group medical policy, with covering everything at anywhere and any locations. That is promoting it.
In terms of Ajayji, in terms of one of the scene we have seen in terms of a lot of SMEs, MSMEs going for listing, and how has been the journey, and how do you see the risk going up when they get listed?
Of course, in last 10 years of launch of SME platform, it was not an easy journey. In India, there is a lack of financial literacy, and mostly the promoters are technocrats, and they don't understand. In fact, equity has very least understood by most of the people in country, and especially in the promoters, small and medium enterprises. The promoters of these small and medium enterprises, they think that post-listing compliances increases a lot, and therefore they become very hesitant to come for listing. Many of the times, these promoters think that listing is the game of only the large corporates. So now we are trying to create a lot of awareness. In fact, in last 10 years, we have done 2,600 seminars. We have signed MOU with various state governments and financial institutions also. And we are using their infrastructure to reach to those promoters and try to explain them the benefits of listing. So it has been a continuous phenomenon, and almost we have met 36,000 SME promoters across the country. But still the conversion has been less. In total, we have 376 SMEs listed. They have raised almost 4,000 crores from primary market, another 1,500 crores from secondary market. And the market capitalization that they have created, I mean to say the valuation that they have created is almost 50,000 crores. And it has touched all-time high of 55,000 crores. So these SMEs post-listing have unlocked their value. And the promoters need to understand that listing is a process of unlocking the value. At the same time, so over the time when I have seen the corporate governance and all those practices starts coming into the company, the unlocking of the valuation happens very fast. Investors start trusting into the company. Not only that, the promoters also need to understand that listing also give them a lot of credibility and visibility, and that also helps in expanding their businesses. And also we have seen in the listed space the interest rate is lower than for those companies which are in the unlisted space. So there are various benefits, but of course, as I have told you in the beginning itself, that the lack of financial literacy, and because the equity market has been very least understood, so therefore there is a difficulty in convincing the promoters to get listed. But all those SME promoters who got listed, they are experiences a huge value getting unlocked, and they feel that they have done the best thing by getting themselves listed.
Thanks, Ajay. I mean, you have been a part of the journey of creating and unlocking the value of SMEs, from a journey of SMEs to mid corporates to corporates. I believe that's the journey every SME should go through in terms of when India is signing and the economy is booming up across the country out there. But have you seen in terms of the perception of risk changing with the listing happening or their size increasing? I mean, have you seen those aspects out there?
The only issue that I have faced is till the time of listing. Till the time of listing, I have to convince a lot. But post-listing, I have hardly seen the promoters calling me or telling me that they are facing any issue. So till the time of listing, they keep on telling me, sir, this is your company, you handhold us, you take care of us. But post-listing, I have hardly received any call from the listed companies promoters. Okay, they have not faced any issue. Hardly ever once or twice they have called me to take the guidance, but they have not faced any problem. At the time of listing, while convincing, I have seen the promoters very much worried about the compliances. But let me tell you, on the SME platform, there is a lot of reduction in the compliances. It's not quarterly audit filing, it's half-yearly unaudited results filing and yearly audited results filing. So we have relaxed the compliance requirement on the SME platform. But let me tell you, 30% of our SME, that comes to around 144 SME, have already migrated to the main board of the stock exchange, knowing that migration into the main board will increase their compliances. But now they are not worried of compliances. They feel that doing compliances will increase their valuation and they will get more funds for their expansions and for the growth of the business. So I think that's the mindset. We really need to change the mindset. We need to have many hands and many voices talking onto the street about the benefits of listing and telling the promoters that it's in their benefit to get their company listed. I think if this thing starts happening widely in the country, I think many of the companies will get listed. We'll see 5,000 to 10,000 SMEs getting listed, and India becoming the biggest country in terms of market capitalization. Today we are number 5 or number 6. I think if 5,000-10,000 SMEs will get listed, you will become the number 1 company in terms of market capitalization in the world. And then you will find India really signing, and then you will find employment getting really created.
Absolutely. I mean, Ajay, absolutely in the right path. I mean, I'm sure India will be going on those paths in terms of dream we have. So coming back, Rakesh, in terms of one of the challenges we have seen in terms of SMEs is, in terms of claims, for them, a small claim is also a big cash flow issue out there. Do you foresee in terms of the claims of SMEs be seen a different way or a faster settlement? What's your views around that?
Basically, SMEs are going hand to mouth in financial sectors. If any claim is there, that is going, it is damaging their working cycle. Means basically working capital is being disturbed. If the claims are settled in proper, timely manner, and it will not derail their activities. The claim has already happened, it has derailed them. If the claims are delayed, that will derail their working capital cycle, and which may have a business problem also. The cycle will be disturbed. So claims should be fastened to them. At least a part payment should be done to them upon the initial survey, if it is found that yes, genuinely the claim is there, if claim is entertainable, at least 30%, 40% should be reimbursed to him on the undertaking that case doesn't means that funds are allocated to them. The working cycle is not disturbed in the file. I know that the private sector has came into it and the claim settlement has been the fastest way. But then too, it should be seen that the surveys do not hurdle it anywhere. And next to that, the employer or the business owner also has to the documents and everything to process in the state. But yes, claim settlement fastest will improve upon.
So, I mean, to support SMEs and MSMEs across the country, we at ICICI Lombard, we say claim is the ultimate truth. I mean, and we understand that even if it is a small claim or any size of claim, it do affect their cash flow. So we drive in terms of ensuring that all small claims to be settled within, or offer for settlement is given within 10 days of the claim of the survey report, I mean the document being submitted. Apart from that, to support them in terms of large claims, we also do on-account payment so that their businesses do not get stopped or their business cycle continues even if the claim has happened. As an industry, we always believe that insurance industry is a partner to SMEs in terms of their growth and of course are partners to share their risk. And apart from that, we also do a lot of activities in terms of mitigation of the risk. I mean, it is not only to pay claims on time, we also play a part in terms of reducing the risk or mitigation of the risk. For example, we do a lot of value-added services, electrical audits, in terms of risk inspections. We do a lot many things so that we ensure that their business is not affected in terms of risk that's affected to us. So, I mean, great discussions, great insights from both Ajay as well as Rakesh in terms of SMEs, I mean, in terms of growth journey, how they have been a part of, India signing or growth of Indian economy. Thanks so much for sparing your time, and thanks so much for sharing your insights. And we all believe that India being signing and SMEs being contributing around 40% of this GDP. The days are not far then when SMEs will contribute the max to the Indian economy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mohanty. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.